Hey everyone, this is Shubham and welcome to your database tutorial. So I thought let's move to database part as well because again very necessary part while when you're gonna have your examination or interview or while you're working on the software engineering side. Okay, so what is database management system? First of all, like again you have heard database, right? So you whoever is seeing my video, they already must be aware of that. But again, I'm gonna reiterate over here. Database management is like where you keep your data, where you define your data schema, where you add, delete, eradicate, fetch it whenever you require it, and keep large chunk of data, right? So that is, and how you're gonna manage it, because you can keep it in like a notepad, you can keep it in like Excel, but yeah, more manageable format. So that is why this SQL, Mongo, and stuff has been keep on coming to keep your data managed. So that is called like database management system. And then we gonna come up to RDBMS, because if we're gonna discuss about SQL, we have to know what is RDBMS. RDBMS is like relational database management system. Gonna go by bookish language. It's again it's again used to store, manage, and query and retrieve data. That's what I have already repeated. But exactly how it stores and it manages data, it manages the data and keep it in like table, record, or column and row for format, or column or field format. So suppose there are two tables, you have one foreign key, one primary key, that two tables can talk to each other, can relate to each other, can share the data between each other. So it holds the data, or keeps the data in majorly known as like if you're gonna go by bookish language, like table, record, field, column format. This is the RDBMS. And again, database management system, you must be already knowing then RDBMS. Then you must have heard like you must have always heard like DDL, DML. What is DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, and these kind of stuff, right? This is what comes under like, if you've studied about SQL. So these are the four types of things they generally ask. Okay, so very simple. Like if you see DDL just generally is about a schema. Okay, you're gonna create a schema. And what is schema is like, suppose you're gonna have a employee record. So employee record is gonna be employee name, employee ID, employee salary, and stuff like that. And then you're gonna create a schema. So if you're gonna create a schema that excuse me, that falls under DDL, then you're gonna have something like DML, data manipulation, right? So DDL full form again, data definition language. DML stands for data manipulation language, and inside that you'll, so again, what is few basic command for DDL is gonna be your you're gonna, okay, so you're gonna create a schema. So first is create, then you're gonna drop it, then you're gonna truncate it, something like that, rename it, alter it. So these are a few commands for DDL. Then you come up to DML. These two are very important. Then you come up to DML. What is DML? Data manipulation language, right? So that stands, DML stands for data manipulation language. Now the keyword here is manipulation. That means whatever schema you have created, you're gonna insert something into it, you're gonna update it, you're gonna delete it, you're gonna merge two tables, right? So that falls under DML. Then you have DCL and TCL as well. So again, TCL is like for your committing, rolling back, whatever changes you're gonna, if you wanna roll back as well. And yeah, and DCL is like you wanna grant something or reward something, the user privileges, right? So that was, so these are like four pillars of SQL. So I'm not gonna drag this video. So again, DBMS, RDBMS, you must have already, you can learn a lot about it on Google or on your books, but just a basic thing like database management system. There can be multiple management system that falls under database management system. One of the part is RDBMS, which we're gonna go into it. So we have narrowed down into RDBMS. RDBMS is what we're gonna keep data in table and column, field, tuple format. Then again, RDBMS, we're gonna go to SQL. We have narrowed down to SQL. Then SQL commands are like DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. These are the four pillar for like RDBMS SQL. And then data definition, that means you're defining. Manipulation, you're inserting, deleting, doing stuff with that. DCL, TCL, okay, committing, rolling back, saving some on some point, or granting and revoking, right? Now let's not delay. And again, as usual, I'm gonna use this online SQL editor. And if you're gonna, I've just found out like So this had already given me one table, and if I'm gonna run SQL, it will keep fetching me this particular stuff. But I am gonna create a table for you guys. So creating a table, what command is gonna, so creating a table comes under what? Creating a table comes under, again, we have heard, right? It's gonna come under DDL. So first you're gonna create the schema of it. So just very simple. You're gonna this create the command. So one created the command, and what you're gonna create, you are creating a table, right? So you're gonna say, hey, I am creating a table, and you're gonna name something. So I'll name my table name is employee. Again, with the example which I've given. Now I'm gonna say inside it, I'm gonna have, let's suppose employee ID, and employee ID generally is gonna be in integer, right? Type of it's gonna be integer. Then I'm gonna have something called employee name, let's say employee name. I'm gonna give it as the data type is varchar. You can learn about it, and I'll explain you this as well, like integer, varchar, and what kind of data types falls under SQL. Then employee name, employee ID. What else we can have? Employee location. That also I'm gonna have as varchar, right? 255, and let's go with these three only, right? And just end it with semicolon. And I guess I've used curly braces. That is not that shouldn't be there. And now I'm gonna run this query. Okay, I'm gonna select this stuff and I'm gonna run this query. Let's see what it fetches for you. Okay, yeah, I guess, yeah. If you see over here, there are like multiple tables are there, right? So you can fetch. So this employee table I've created, and it has created a schema for you with employee ID, employee name, and employee location, right? And it is saying it is empty. So create again, I have said this falls under DDL, data definition. It has created schema for you. Fine. Now suppose this company has got one employee in it, or two employees started working in this company. Now it wants to insert the data into it, right? So that falls under what? That falls under DML, data manipulation. And how are you gonna do it? I've told you, right? There's a command, insert command. Okay, that falls under DML, and I'm gonna say insert into what? What is our table name? Table name is employee. Insert into employee, and suppose I'm gonna enter one, like right now we have only one. Okay, so I'm gonna say, and you're gonna enter in the order. So order is what? First is employee ID, so I'm just gonna say employee ID 001. Then I'm gonna say employee name. So employee name is like sample rough. Okay, and then the third location. So employee location is gonna be something called Bangalore, right? Now let's see whether this command successful or not. We okay, stable employee already exists. Okay, so we have inserted inside it. Let's see, and run select. It is showing error, but still, let's see whether this helps us or not, right? So select a star from employees. Okay, and let's see what it fetches. Okay, table employee already exists. I understand that. Okay, so if it wants me to run, because again, I'm not sure about this online. Let's go with tutorial points online compiler. Okay, so we already have this create a table and something. So create table, I'll say we'll keep our stuff only. Let's delete and let's. So what table we had created? We had created employee table, right? Let's not delay too much. And yeah, super fast I'm gonna be. So first thing we had taken as employee ID, which is of integer type. I'm gonna take employee name. It's gonna be varchar type, right? Then next thing what we have taken, I forgot, employee location, I guess, right? I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. So varchar, that's gonna be 255, and let's just run it. It must generate a schema for us. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Okay, so let's not delay too much, and let's, yeah. The next thing what we were doing insert. Insert operation falls under what? falls under DML, right? Insert into what? We were entering values. What values we're gonna enter? We're gonna enter 001 as employee ID, and yeah, sample rough as employee name, location as Bangalore. Oh, sorry, location is not location. Location is Bangalore, and yeah, let's run this as well. Error line. Okay, value syntax error. There's some syntax error with it. So insert into values. Okay, insert into employee. I forgot to put table name here. That's a good thing. It's telling us, and then it worked fine. Now the time has come. So if I say select a star means you are selecting everything, right? So select a star from what? From our table name. Table name is what? Employee. Now I'm gonna run this. It should display these values to us. See, one sample rough, right? Now I'll tell you one thing. I have not shown you a schema. I have not shown you the empty table. So suppose I'm gonna create another table here. But I'm gonna say create a table employee one. Okay, no such table. Okay, let's just take it. And we have created employee one. Now you have to see, does employee one have any data or not? It certainly does not have any data. So how it's gonna look like? It's gonna look like empty with just schema. Okay, so I don't know whether tutorial points online scale compiler will allow that or not, but yeah, this is the case. So if you want to insert, so we have inserted some data, right? So we have inserted some data, and I'm gonna say, yeah, hey, select star from employee, and it has. Now if I'm gonna say, I don't like, suppose there is like thousands of columns, right? So you don't need everything. Right now we have just 3 columns, like integer, like this employee ID, employee name, employee location. Now I just want employee name. Okay, select employee name. Okay, just copy it from here, paste it here. It should fetch you only sample rough. Let's see, sample rough it is, right? Now now suppose let's do something with this. Suppose I want employee name as uppercase, right? So for something I don't want to disclose this management task. Okay, this is your work related stuff, management asked, and you're gonna have select upper name. Okay, and from employee, let's run it. It should work fine. See, sample rough, right? So yeah, this is one thing. So yeah, so for today, for the first video, I guess this much information is enough. If you are new into it, I know the people who are watching my videos, like they must have already learned it, but still I'm gonna start. So again, what we have covered is like, I've not covered much, I know. It's just database management system. You can learn a lot about it online, in books, in videos. But yeah, in just very basic, what I've explained, that is that. Then again, RDBMS, you keep the data in table column field format. That is what you just need to remember. Comes under SQL. SQL has like these 4 pillars. Like every every database management system has this 4 pillar, like DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, right? And then we have started with like, okay, creation falls under DDL, insertion falls under DML. So we have seen, okay, these two basic commands, how to create a table. Okay, so in the next lecture, we'll start with like inserting multiple data at once into a table and play with it. Okay, till that time, thank you so much.